We are going to be playing a standoff hardpoint now. Who do you want to jump on board with as we start the game?
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, Hardpoint. Let's jump on board with Raider. I haven't
like,
seen tons from Raider tonight. I'm hoping the Hatred Squad will step up, and let's see if he can do something for his team here.
First thing I'm going to say, just look at the chat. Look at the chat right now. This is what we wanted to see. An absolute spam of love hearts. I cheer for Callie. Bit of a fail there with those love hearts. It didn't seem to work, but it's all good. We see an absolute load of love hearts coming in. This is what we like. That has cheered me up. Anyway, let's jump straight back on board with the game. Did you say you were going to jump on board with Miyagi, sorry, at the start? Because he's coming on a Raider, sorry, yeah, let's jump on board with Raider, actually, as he's going to be using this M8. I do believe he does get taken out, though. There we go. And Silent have managed to take a convincing 17-point lead, and it's still rising for them. You know, we commented earlier about how on, Hardpoint it's very difficult to get a lot of time on this first Hardpoint, and, a lot of people are just going to be looking for that rotation to the second Hardpoint, but already we see Crump going on a 2-kill streak. Let's switch to him, and they've got a about a 27-second lead, still rising, knows that everybody's going to be spawning here. See if he can pick up a 2-piece, does pick up 1 and an assist as well, and he is EMP'd at the second, so unfortunately we can't see how close he is to those score streaks, but really great play for them. And Hatred unfortunately getting that back granny house spawn, and they've got to start making a strong rotation to this next mechanic or garage hardpoint, or else they're going to be in real trouble, I think.
Yeah, it's they need to start pushing this, and unfortunately they didn't push it soon enough, and you're going to see them actually not have the setup they need for that second hardpoint. So let's just take a look at the map here. They're not pushing in together either, and they're not getting the rotations that we saw from the first 2 hardpoint maps. I really thought they would step it up here, but they just haven't done a good job of it. You're going to see Miyagi start to push the bottom, but Silent is all over that back alley, and they're getting great cutoffs. And there's a good chance too that Silent is going to get a full 60 seconds on this hardpoint, because the Hatred Squad can't even get into contest. So at this point, let's see how much time is left on the clock here. There's only 23 seconds. So you're already seeing Hatred rotate back to Grandma, get these spawns, and start setting up for the third hardpoint.
Yeah, we do see Pluto managing to pick up full streaks there on that garage hardpoint, which again, as we always say, is going to come in big, and they've got an 80-point lead already with only 2 minutes gone in this game. Now, another shout out, I want to give Stomp out a shout out, who's in the chat right now, telling us that who we need to focus on and that we need to give everybody some equal time when we're casting. This is what I like. Those constructive comments are really appreciated, and I do agree with you. So let's jump on board with who he wants to see. We're going to jump on board with Torture as he picks up a 1 kill there with that PDW, and he's going to be able to control this. Hopefully this hardpoint, no, he does get taken out, unfortunately. We'll stay on board with him because I do like watching to see how people make those pushes. The hardpoint is currently contested. They are going to maybe take control of this, picks up an assist there, unfortunately, but the hardpoint is still in control here from the Silent lineup. He's going to be moving towards his top granny area. Is he going to be able to pick up 1? No, Crump going big with that MSMC, taking out him, and it looks like this could go all in favor of Silent. They're going absolutely huge at the second. Let's give somebody new some love. Let's give Legit some love because we haven't seen him again for a while. I want to see him. I know he's going to be the only one staying on here for these last few seconds, but what I want to see is can he make these rotation to the next hard point. We'll bring up the mini map for the last few seconds actually as we see everybody making these rotations now. That's really good play from all of them to start making the rotations at the right time, and as we see Legit taking those last few seconds on the hard point. But I feel this is this backstore hard point is a really difficult one to push sometimes when you get everybody in the right position. If you have somebody on the hay bales, maybe somebody top store and one person on parcels, you can control it for the full 60 seconds. But anyway, let's jump straight back on board the action with Legit. Give him some love. I know he's just died, but as we keep saying, we want to see everybody, see how they can push into the hard point. Now, do you think Silent and Legit especially going to be able to push in here? Because, they've had dominance so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job of pushing in there. 3 of them pretty much bombarded packages, and then they had 1 player going mid-street. And you actually saw them push the spawns a bit. So now the Hatred Squad are spawning over by Playground. So it was a good push on Silent's part. I'm surprised they didn't split the 2 entrances and go 2 packages and 2 hay. That's usually what we see from the teams. But, I mean, bum rushing the front door for Silent, it worked for them. They were able to get the hard point. And now with only 5 seconds left, they've already set up for the next hard point in Bottomwood as well.
This is what we love to see on Rivalcaster, those good rotations. And, people who are Well, you know, I suppose you could class some of this silent lineup as pros or top AMs. I'm really unsure of the difference between that kind of thing. But, you know, we love people from all levels, you know, coming in and contesting and being able to show us what they're made of and showing it, you know, bringing a new light into things and showing us how they do things. Obviously, we get a lot of different teams here on Rivalcaster. So I always love seeing how they do it. And, you know, taking it on board myself as a player, I'm not very good at the game. I can slay sometimes with an AN94 as long as it's on a good host. But, yeah, you know, it's lovely to see how they come into it and show us what they're made of, and you know, take it on board ourselves. As Legit picks up a huge two-piece there on Miyagi and Torture, manages to get an assist there. Great plays by him, managing to go big here, and you know, Silent are taking a convincing lead here, and it's going to be so difficult for Hatred to come back into this. Let's have a look at the scoreboard, I think, and see what's going on. Callie's our man. He went huge in those hardpoint games earlier, and look at him now. He's 6-19. I don't know what's going on with Callie. I'm not sure if he's falling asleep. Maybe he needs some of my G Fuel. Maybe I should like send him my G Fuel in the mail or something, because I think he needs it more than I do at the second. We also see Miyagi, our man again, who usually goes off on hardpoint, going 10-18, and you know, that's a real shame. But Crump, 23-10. Great plays by him, and this is what I always point out. I haven't pointed out so much today, but overall, let's have a look and try and count things up. We've got Crump with 5 defends, Pluto on 2, Magic on 4, and Legit on 5 there as we see him rack up another one. And Raider and Torture are the only 2 people on Hatred to actually have any defense at all, and they've only got 2 themselves. And we're over halfway through this hardpoint game, so that is the reason why they're losing this right now, because they cannot break hardpoints and they can't get the defend kills in.
Yeah, and I just quickly added up. So there's 17, now 18 defends on the Silent side, and there's only 4 defense on the Hatred side, and that's the problem we like to focus on in Hardpoint, are those defense, because it says that you're doing work in the Hardpoint, you're keeping control of that for your team, and you're also racking up time for them. And all 4 of the Silent players have done a great job of working in the Hardpoint when they need to, and the problem with the Hatred squad is they really can't rack up any defense in there. So yes, they've got 81 seconds, but when you only have 4 defends in the hardpoint, those are probably just extra seconds where the Silent squad weren't able to rotate.
Yep, I really want to see like a crazy comeback right now. This is the thing we need. We need an absolutely crazy comeback, as we do see Miyagi picking up a 3-kill streak there. Hardpoint currently contested. He did pick up a a really huge kill there. And does manage to wall bang somebody as well. That was Pluto. Somebody coming in though. He does get taken out though. Crump going big. Crump's going off this game, showing me what he is made of. I wasn't really sure about Crump before. I remember he did team up with Optic Nature at one point. I hadn't really heard of him too much before. I need to get my facts right about people. I wasn't really sure of him as a player. Didn't know what he was like, but you know, he's pretty much gone big in every game so far, and you know, really good plays by him, as they are going to take a 231-98 second lead. Hopefully, there we go. We do see Hatred starting to come into that triple figure mark, sorry, but we do see 2 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock, and you know, they've really got to take control of this bottom store hardpoint as we see them starting to rack up some kills there. Raider on a 3-kill streak. Let's jump on board with him using that M8 at the second, and you know, they've got to take control of this. They're doing it really well so far. I think they know where everybody's going to be spawning. They know what they're doing, and you know, I think this is, you know, really good plays by them, but I still think this is beyond redemption pretty much for them. I do think they're going to have to go you know, the best they've ever played if they want to make this comeback.
Yeah, and realistically, looking at the time here, there's only 127 seconds left. So at this point, the Hatred squad will need pretty much every second left in the game in order to win, and that's going to be a tough thing. Now, back in the Grandma hardpoint, so in the last hardpoint, Miyagi got that good wall bang on the player trying to come up the stairs in Grandma, and I noticed on his gun that he was holding at the time, he had the M8, and he was rocking the FMJs on that. So part of the reason why he was able to get that wall bang, as you're going to see Hatred rotate around to the next hardpoint, is Miyagi had those FMJs, which are actually going to give you better damage through the wall. So it was a good play on his part, and Raider gets taken out. Raider was on a 5-kill streak. Now, he wasn't able to rack up any of his score streaks, unfortunately. And I'm just going to take a look here. You're going to see score streaks starting to come in. He takes out 2 of the Silent players. But at this point, Silent still has control of this hardpoint, and it's almost game over at this point, folks.
Yeah, they only need 12 more seconds to take the entire series, as we do see a knife kill coming there. I'm not sure who got it, because I was on board with the player who was EMP'd, but yeah, crazy knife kills, as we do see Torture on the hardpoint. Let's switch on board with him. He's got full streaks, and he needs to start using them. Hardpoint currently contested. He gets full streaks there, and everybody getting this. Still hardpoint contested. The second does take it, and that looks like that could be it. Magic getting a huge 3-piece there. Let's jump on board with him, and there we go. That does look like it's going to be, unfortunately, a 5-2 series. And, you know, I thought this was going to be close closer. I know that Silent have actually, you know, gone huge. They went huge in that first Search and Destroy and went huge in that first CTF as well. And there we go. They are going to take this best of 9 series, 250 to 160. But I did think Hatred played really well there, and this was one of those series that, you know, I love to see on Rivalcaster, because although, you know, Silent did take it quite convincingly, there were, you know, quite a few situations where, you know, a couple of kills could have completely changed things, and Hatred could have come back into, you know, could have come back into this. But, you know, although 5-2 in favour of Silent, I have to give props to Hatred, because I thought they played really well.